Super excited to have this guest on the Chrissy Mayer podcast. He is an Emmy Award-winning writer. He's written for Inside Amy Schumer, Sacha Baron Cohen's show, Who is America, Horace and Pete. He's been on Comedy Central. He hosts the Can't Get Right podcast for Gas Digital Network, and he is touring with Louis J. Gomez. You can actually see him June 25th at Stand Up Live in Phoenix. Kurt Metzger, thank you so much for being here.
Oh my God, that's very different from the other podcast.
Yes.
When you introduce yourselves, I had the full intro.
Yes, this was a very professional intro, whereas the other night we were just playing like Never Have I Ever, which is like a truth or dairy, drinking type show. Very fast and loose. Yeah. We got weird. We talked about a lot of poop stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Find out my ex-girlfriend's a fucking coprophiliac, apparently.
Oh yeah. I hope that was okay. I think you guys are cool. You were on the same show together.
No, that's cool. It was just getting really weird.
Yeah.
A lot of talking about poop where I'm like, what?
I
don't know any stories like that. So that I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was a lot of poop talk, but it was like, it all started with Never Have I Ever shit my pants, and then it really went to a dark place, no pun intended. I noticed recently you had a little bit of drama. I mean, you at this point, it's interesting because you've been doing comedy for so long. You're such a proven talent.
Hold on, let me take a few drops of this indica.
Oh, look at that! Should I get my?
I got no weed. God damn it! What am I supposed to do in here?
It's good. You got anything to calm yourself down? I was
I quit smoking, so and then if I have like a joint, because especially if I'm talking on a thing, like I want to smoke something, so a joint is a little better than a cigarette. I'm trying to not.
Yeah. Good for you. Yeah, you do what you gotta do.
I want to smoke so bad. It's so great. Smoking's so great.
I like smoking, like passing it around comics. Like that was kind of my favorite thing about it. It was like sharing it with friends, but now I feel like people are gonna be less into that.
Oh, I don't care to share cigarettes. I want just a straight up my own cigarette that I don't share any of with anybody.
Oh, you're okay. I can't have my own joint. I get really silly. Like I can have.
Oh no, not a joint. A joint you pass around.
Okay.
I'm talking about tobacco. I wasn't talking about weed. Like it's so great. Like what am I, a fucking what kind of nerd said? I'm talking about tobacco, the killer.
So you need a cigarette, yeah.
Teenage killer tobacco. Oh my God, I miss it.
That's okay. You'll get over it. The wanting will stop. You'll be fine. But I don't
think it'll ever go away.
I've never smoked, but I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
You've never smoked cigarettes?
I did when I was in 9th grade, and my sister caught me. My sister caught me smoking at high school, and she cried to my mom and ratted on me. And then they approached me about it, and I felt so bad. Like I didn't want to disappoint or upset my sister. That's why I stopped. Because it hurt her feelings that I smoked.
Is she older or younger than you?
She's older.
But she raised you as her own, basically.
Yes, she raised me as her own. Yeah, we were always really close, but I always was like, I always felt like I had to protect her, because I was like the more like knocking around the streets, dirtier sister,
And was she born with like flipper hands or something?
Oh yes, she's born with flipper hands, so I had to feed her, and but she taught me to swim, so it really kind of balanced out.
Yeah.
A lot of people, Kurt, have tried to cancel you over the years. Most recently,
from what? Who gives a shit? It's always nothing. It's just not. It's always nothing. And now, if you're in this day and age trying to do that, like, it's like saying I almost have to okay boomer you. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
That's all done. So even me talking about it is like helping whoever, because what it is a thing of like I'm gonna make a name for myself off the real estate of you and whatever your reputation. But these are people. The last bullshit one, which I'm not even gonna mention them.
Yeah, it was truly.
But this is like not fans of mine. This is like a cheap, like, these are some kind of real estate hustler kind of people doing it. It's like a thing of it's completely insincere and nobody gives a fuck.
You think the trolls only talk about it because they want to elevate themselves?
Well, I don't even know what troll means. Honestly, I don't, because I've heard that applied to everybody. But I'm talking about cancel. If you think you have the power to cancel someone, you don't. Like,
well,
you
I
kind
equate
of
those
did.
people with trolls.
Why? Well, trolls are different. Trolls are like trying to hurt your feelings. I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't bother me. I think you're a fucked up person if you're like, and I demand that they not make money. Like, fuck you. So the backlash against that is now is going to be pretty swift. Like, there's a reason I went on Luis Gomez's fucking channel, because he was at the beginning of the backlash against all that, his fan base.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
the best
good.
fan base.
It really is. I find that like Gas Digital, Compound Media, the people who actually care about funny over being politically correct or making sure everyone's feelings are okay. Like the best comedy is none of those things.
But nobody, that's like, here's what people don't get. Like, the political correctness has only ruined like corporations things. Like, everybody can podcast now.
Right.
Like, now I think like I had to get to make that show with Kyle, I need to get a green screen, and it's like really hard to get them to order.
Oh yeah,
them.
can you talk about that, or is it
everybody's starting their home podcast. Like, the corporate, there's so that's all, the canceling thing is so exclusively like a corporate
exactly
thing. And if your sponsors were sponsoring you because of the fuck you of you, which is what Gas Digital is, it's not gonna fucking work out. Like, the closest thing was the one that happened with Lewis, where that girl that hates fat people.
Oh yeah.
What's her name? The girl
Nicole?
from Canada.
Yeah.
Nicole Arbour, and he lost the sponsorship for like a week, and they came back. But she did a whole setup of him to try to make it work.
She edited a lot of stuff out to make him look bad. Yeah.
And also, by the way, Nicole Arbour is a dumb whore. Who gives a shit if he hit on her? What? He had her on to talk to her? I don't believe that.
Well, she's got a lot of fans, Yeah.
She's got a bunch of what they call simps, I guess. Because do girls like that girl? She seems like a vicious fucking...
I think to women, she comes across very not genuine, superficial. I
only know about her from a woman trashing her, writing about her.
Yeah.
I don't know about her. So it's got to be guys that are like in love with that.
Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, to the majority of people, she comes across like really out of touch. She's very attractive. She's very well off. It's like
she's okay.
Yeah,
I don't find. Listen. I wouldn't have fallen that honey trap of Nicole Arbour.
Oh yeah, no.
She's not like. I don't find her like.
You're not into that honey trap. Yeah.
She's not like. I mean, she's like. I say, oh, she's pretty, but I don't feel any primal urge to transform into Joe Biden or start sniffing her head.
Yeah, you don't want to start like whispering in her ear.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time like at first when people first started to come after you, maybe like 2016, I feel like was the biggest wave.
That's if I have a corporate job.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, so that's what you have to worry about. And most of the time they're not looking to fucking like the thing with Amy, I didn't work for her. Some people just like said it. So when she said like, he doesn't work for me, they're like, people are like, oh, you got fired. Like, but I wasn't like, so that's really stupid. But part of it is feeding it like you give a shit about it. That's the bottom line. Like, at this point, you can't ever give a shit about it. I don't give a shit what you said.
So you think cancel culture is losing steam because everyone can have their own platform?
It's losing steam because it's not a culture. Like, because there's people now, I'll say this all the time, they're like, cancel culture is not even a thing. Like, there's a group that will try to tell you, I don't want to say gaslight because I hate those kind of words, but like, motherfucker, don't pretend it's not a thing when there's a bunch of people who are calling for it because they clearly think it's a thing. Yeah,
people emailing clubs you're supposed to work at saying, don't have this person. Yeah,
you could say you don't believe in Jesus, but people pray to Jesus and he's very influential. So in a way, that's the trick they're playing when they go, cancel culture is not real. Like, but a lot of not even dumb, a lot of people believe in it. Okay, so it's real. It's just not a culture. It's like a purge.
It's like a power move. They feel powerful taking away somebody else's income. That makes them feel righteous.
Well, it used to be all chicks did it. That's what the term Karen that's the whole idea of a Karen on the internet is. That's what that is.
Right. Anti-barbecue Karen.
Yeah, but like, so what is this last one? Like, good luck. I don't even see, you know, I don't have, at this point, if somebody really has even a strong feeling about it, you must be demented or you're just a liar, and there's no passion behind it either way.
Do
Well, if
you
you're
think there's
demented,
anything someone like you or I, like something that we could say that would, okay, you would truly get, the hammer would come down. Like at this point you'd have to,
on
I
your
don't know.
podcast now?
Yeah. I mean, is there anything
Like
you
what
say?
word would you say? Like, I think the N word seems to have like backwards, like they go back in your record to see if there's any. I mean, I've said the N word so many times.
I think you have to like really intentionally.
I've said it so many
try
times.
to say something
so
bad. Yeah.
Delicious in my mouth to put my mouth in those double G
At any
word
point,
titties.
At any point through the years, were you ever worried? Were your feelings ever hurt by any of this shit?
Whoa, that's very general. Like what shit?
Did you ever worry? Did you ever go, oh God, like these people could actually take me out of working in the future? Or were you ever worried that you had to change?
I don't give a fuck about that. Like that. But what does bother me is that people could. It'll bother you if somebody just makes shit up about you and puts it around and it gets played. I mean, that'll very much bother you. But the bottom line is there's so many. First of all, I was fucking right. Me Too's a fucking disaster. So that was always a bad idea. I was never wrong about that. Like, it was talking to a fucking moron online and I wasn't sensitive to them. But they were trying to, it's my fault for talking to people like that online. Like you stop venting your feelings online to people. Like that's the fucking bad problem because it's contributing to a crazy brain. Like if you add up all the tweets, it would be the brain of the craziest entity. It's horrible thoughts,
Yeah.
That'll probably be the first AI. All the collective that everybody puts into their social media will get consciousness probably.
It turns into
that'll be Skynet
robot.
is what I say.
Mm-hmm. Are you worried about YouTube or Instagram or all these platforms that seem to be censoring more and more?
I'm not a big Instagram. Go listen, subscribe to Gas Digital. I don't give a shit. Like I don't go on like that. I put up clips of stuff. I got an Instagram late, like where I didn't do anything on it. I don't even have my name. Somebody else has it. And like, I don't have my blue check mark that you get. Like, I think what is I might never get my blue Instagram check mark.
Oh, I don't have one either. I have no check marks.
No, you got to be like somebody from like William Morris has to make a call for you now.
Yeah. Like
on Twitter, when that shit was a thing, I got one just by asking Andy Kindler to ask somebody.
Oh, good for you.
I was like, yeah, like, can you ask the Jew who I said something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had a blue check mark. I was like, wow. So.
And I think they've actually stopped. It seems like they've stopped giving them out.
Now I'll hear people, I'll hear people talk about it like it's an elite class of like a group, like the socias and the greasers.
Yeah. Some people have them. Yeah. It means a lot to some people.
Yeah. Well, it's all they got. I keep talking like Kyle Stallone. I can't stop. That's all I got. And they get that blue check mark thing. It's like it's the thing you can't like earn it. They have to decide to give it to you.
Yeah, which seems a little like really fucked up. And I've applied a few times. It's like I'm clearly a comedian.
You can apply for it?
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
I thought you can apply.
Well, now you can. Now they've like stopped that.
But now it's worthless. You want to buy mine? I don't want it.
I'm less. It matters so much less to me now because it's like I already have.
It's probably the newest Bitcoin. Who wants to buy a blue Twitter check mark? And everybody can know.
You're like they're in your jacket. Like, who wants to buy one? You want a check mark? You want to? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. Like that's what's really amazing about having a podcast on Compound Media, and I'm sure you feel like on Gas Digital. It's like, wow, you're kind of like uncancelable at this point, it's a nice freedom that I think.
Well, people that defend it, the people that defend it, It's hilarious watching somebody defend that. I'm like, well, it's free speech because the corporation can do what they like. And like, okay, well then don't go through corporations. All the fucking better.
Yeah.
You'll notice the tune changes real fucking quick if it's the opposite. Like, I remember when fucking the who's those country fucking who's those 3 country whores? Who the Dixie Chicks?
Oh yeah.
I remember that in Walmart. They were like bulldozing their albums and shit, and everybody defended because they said they on foreign soil that they didn't like George W. Bush. Okay, and it's like, well, the corporation, they don't have to do a corporation. That didn't fly. That didn't fly with people who are like on the other side. So you're just an idiot to think that that kind of power should be just in a corporate hands because you happen to have the blue check mark right now that was arbitrarily given to you and can be switched to somebody you hate tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know, all these are very immature, or, you know, it's very immature, probably with money and varying levels of gay. You know?
I had a comic, this was 2 years ago. There was a comic who came on a show at Compound Media, and she was offended by something Gino Bisconti said. You know Gino, right? And
he has my favorite joke, one of my favorite jokes I think I've ever heard. He did this crowd work. He goes, you can't call, there's this girl sitting in the front row. He goes, yeah, everybody knows you can't call a cunt, right, princess?
Oh, God, he's so funny. He's so funny. So there was this girl comic, right? Her name is Kate Willett. She left this show, and the fans of Compound Media were like, hey, what, you know.
Wait, who's Kate Willett? I feel like I remember her.
She had like a 15-minute special when they were doing those a couple years ago. She's like a Brooklyn feminist type comic.
Yeah.
But at the time she had a better credit than me, right? So she walked out.
What was the credit?
It was this 15-minute Netflix special. Anyway, so she left. The fans are kind of like, hey, what gives? That was kind of an uptight move, blah, blah, blah. I went on a couple days later doing an impression of her because we do that all the time on Compound Media. I would do characters constantly. I had like a bucket of wigs that I just keep there. So I went on pretending to be her, and then some fans were like,
wait, bucket of wigs? That was the name of my improv group. We're going to see Bucket of Wigs.
So basically, and then fans would take screenshots of me in a wig, you know, pretending to be her, and they would like add her and stuff. And it was amazing to me how without anybody seeing this footage, right? People like quickly said that like, fans of Compound Media were like, oh, she's uptight. She needs a keister, a railroad spike in her keister, right? And so she was saying that these—
Did they use the word keister?
Yes.
Well, that's an older demographic if they're saying, what is that, all retired cops?
Yeah, exactly.
That's keister.
Everything about that is not real. Okay, that's not a real rape threat. But she's going around saying I'm getting real threats, and that Chrissy Mayer is.
Sounds like she made it up and wrote it poorly.
And then she claimed that I was encouraging these fans to harass her, and meanwhile I'm just doing parodies. You know, like I don't. Like, it was so obvious to me that she was fully using the Me Too movement, like, to her advantage.
What do you think that it was for in the first place? After they stole it from that black chick, after that black lady who made a thing for, like, poor girls to literally just be like, oh, it also happened to you? Me as well.
Me in addition. Right. But here's what happened. It wasn't even public. She never publicly confronted me. It was all like on her Facebook wall. It was all in a secret lady Facebook group. Oh, and at the time, like, any comic who wants to kiss her ass because she's got a 15-minute Netflix special took her side. People talking like so much shit about me.
By the way, that thing has leaks like like the Trump White House has a more secure inner circle than very the ladies. Leaky. That should just, the amount of shit that I just know off the ladies thing, should I care to again know, that should make you lose all faith in a thing like that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, and here's why. Because that's not a real alliance. All the ladies, like, you have to be in like the Congo or something for that to be an alliance where you're like, okay, they're literally raping us with sticks. That maybe you'll get a little bit of, but
it's just so competitive among women. It's that something like that is never going to be.
What are you competing for? This is the other thing that's hilarious, right? It's not going to be the girls versus the boys. Everybody's competing for the attention of the
industry.
If they're straight, if they're straight, the opposite sex in general.
But so for comedy, you're competing
comedy.
For
it's the same fucking anyway. How many?
But here's the thing: is like she was also in people's ears. So she was at a festival. I think it was Big Sky.
What do you mean
or
people's
something.
ear? Like industry?
Willett was in people's ear. Yeah, industries. She was like talking to, I guess, people at Comedy Central about
Wait a
me. She was
minute.
anybody who was at this festival. She's telling them like I'm the fucking worst person. I'm encouraging people to threaten her, like really insane things. And like going back to what you said, it's when people say things about you that are untrue. Then that's what kind of hurts. And I had some like girl that I used to.
I've never met her.
Well, good. I don't suggest it. No. She also was telling this woman that I had worked with like at America's Got Talent, and she called me like really concerned. She was like, Chrissy, I'm up here at this festival and your name is not good right now. She was like so concerned.
How old was the person there?
How old?
Yeah, from America's Got Talent that you talked
to. Oh, probably like 30s, you know?
Yeah, listen. First of all, they work at America's Got Talent. It's probably like a dumb bitch. Honestly, that's just how it is. And you don't have to worry about that. Like, I know people, there's still people that I will always like look as cool in the industry. Like, it's very few people that I give a shit what they would think about me. You know what I mean? Like, but there are some where I'm like, oh,
right.
I care. Nothing like that. Like somebody that's babbling like that, oh, your reputation, like you immediately know you want nothing to do with that motherfucker. You know, like if anybody that would listen to Kate Willett's, the people that are quality that you'd ever want to work with would know immediately that's what she is. There's some that they know, but they're going to go along with it because whatever, that's how they earn their living. Okay. The ones that like
kiss their ass. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's right now, everybody going down the line is paying for like a bunch of fucking execs. All these people are like at the top that did whatever crazy shit.
Yeah. All the
everybody else was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody else was part of it because they wanted their piece of the fucking, thing. So now we have to pretend, and that's why there's all these like purges and shit. But it's all like everybody's sick of it. Like you like 2016, 2017, that was a year when that was a thing. But they're done, and you'll watch like even if this did damage a rep of somebody, you'll see like people end up coming back to you and like it. None of them really care about these issues. Nobody who does this cares. As a rule, there's nobody who would do something like that. Like.
And at the time, this was 2 years ago, Kurt. Like at the time, it fucked with me a little bit. I was like, "Wow!" Like,
was she your friend?
I not? What?
She was your friend?
No, we were not friends.
So but you did a show together? I don't understand.
No, we never did a show together. She just saw that I had like done a parody impression of her, and she got really upset because she left the show because she was offended, and then I was like essentially making fun of her, pretending to be her. Which is like insane because it's like I also did Stick or Treat like a month later and did
some people you can't make fun of also. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, back in 2015, whenever I had like the real, not like this bullshit thing, when I had a real media thing on me, I don't know how to put it. Fuck. I just forgot what I was gonna say. I'm drinking drops of indica, and they all just kicked in.
This is in 2016?
Yeah, but wait, why was I telling you that?
Because you said some people you can't make fun of.
Oh, goddamn. Wow, this shit made me high as hell. I wasn't feeling anything, but I think it all kicked in. Yeah, I found out half of it was because I made fun of people and they'll never forget it. When you wound somebody like that, they'll never forgive you or forget that you did that.
I guess. But I just feel like she dragged me. You know what I mean? Like I did a couple
of that's like narcissist shit.
Yeah.
Like if you can't be made fun of, you're not. And all these, by the way, the higher you go, they're all like that. You can't mock them. You gotta go. Kyle is surprised Bill Maher's not cool about his impression.
Wow.
Like you can tell Bill Maher doesn't care for that one bit being mocked. So
yeah,
it's like old timey. It always feels like Renaissance times or something. Like you serve at the pleasure of some lord who's like, I would not be mocked. And then fucking, there's gonna be duels and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a couple of years ago, and it matters way less now. But at the time, I was worried that I was like losing opportunities because she was spreading rumors, and just because she is butthurt about being parodied.
You would lose opportunities, but entirely with things that you don't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
that's the bottom line. Like anything that you would lose the opportunity for from that, like you don't want to be a part of it. You think it's like, even if nothing like that ever happened, it's going to crush your fucking soul anyway, being like, oh. And so, all the people that are like the kind of networky people, they're fucking, they completely are dead to, it's amazing to see how they operate. Like they have a compartmentalization. Like I'm closely aware of how their thing works. And,
like they just sort of pander to get
it's like, well, the nature of that business is not being independent and like smart and shit is not what people are looking for. They're looking for sycophants. So, like that actively harms you, being creative and thinking outside, all that shit.
Being a free thinker.
In any corporation that doesn't fucking help you. Mm-hmm. So they're fucking, and in TV, and they get fired so easily, all these people. Everybody working in entertainment they lose their job. They get canceled. To be fair to them, they can be canceled like on the dot just for whatever.
Yeah.
So now they've transposed that onto you more, kind of like,
yeah.
You're like, it's the old days. You had a guy from the studio that would fix these fucking problems. And he had a relationship with, the TMZ guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't like a bunch of like angry, it's like a lot of like angry, like girls pretending they're queens. Like, and I don't mean queens like royalty. I mean like homosexuals.
Oh.
Like their catty gossip.
Okay. Oh, like girls,
I mean?
like gay dudes, like how they.
Yeah, like that meow fucking, like all this kind of news, like, what's said on Twitter today? I don't give a fucking shit. Why would you care?
Yeah, I think because you may not have much going on in your own life.
Well, there's a quarantine too. That probably.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing with this quarantine. Like, if you're trying to pull it canceled, good luck. Like, does that comfort you at the end of the world to feel like you can still make a move.org petition? Will you sign my change.org?
Yeah. Wow.
That's like a really optimistic of you to feel like when this is all over, anybody's going to give a shit.
Which is actually kind of nice and refreshing. Like the focus has shifted, like people just making their money and surviving. I think people care far less about like off-color jokes.
Oh, it's going to change now because the comedy's going to come back now in all the fucking red states outside of the showbiz cities first, because all the like California and New York are going to be on they're going to be on a real power tip, and they're going to want to hold on to that for a good long time past. And if it fucks up the economy, that's even fucking better.
Yeah, they love extending it. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that like that's going to help. Like New York is crazy. Like they're like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You're there. You're in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're done. I don't know. Is it too late to get out? You can't.
You mean like done? You think comedy's done?
I think New York's fucking gonna be fucked, dude. It's like clean out the poor people.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I think a lot of people are just cozy collecting unemployment right now.
Yeah, well, it's very politicized. But as a result, like the shows I'm doing with Lewis are gonna be in I don't know if it's Arizona. Like I'm going to do shows, which I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's gonna be all like these red states, because this is like it's gonna be some kind of pill related thing of what pill you took.
Exactly. I think if you were red pilled during the quarantine, like I feel like those people are going to be also comedy fans, like real comedy and not like woke pandering.
Yeah, well, that used to be like liberals were the better I mean, that is weird how that happened, that it changed to like the moral, but that has to do with like Harvey Weinstein. Like he almost kind of embodied that whole the Generation X thing of like he's a rock star fucking producer.
Yeah.
He did pick like good movies.
Mm-hmm.
He really did a lot of good for a lot of women in Hollywood.
He really was a great guy.
You got to take a good with the bad, which everybody was happy to do for quite some time.
Yeah. Launched a lot of careers. Yeah. So
all these people, it's not just him. There's the chick that has to hold the door shut on the intern he's peeing on, or, there's an infrastructure in place. And all that was just, oh, you got that bad man. Phew. Well, there's going to be some changes around here. And all the changes are, you know what? All of you people aren't woke enough. It's like whose joke about the NFL where they beat their wives and make a commercial about spousal abuse or
Oh my
fucking.
God. I don't know. That's funny though.
Yeah, somebody, oh man, whose joke is it? And he's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, you're the one that did that shit.
Yeah.
Is it Che? I don't know, but it's a good joke, and it's totally true. Like, where do you get the balls to be saying that to everyone else? And they haven't gotten punished enough. They haven't been punished enough. It's I think they're gonna put Trump in again with a goddamn pandemic. I think they're gonna fuck it up to the point that Trump even wins with the pandemic.
I think he will. Yeah, I think he will. I think the average person can see like, okay, this is being extended well beyond necessary, and it's being extended to fuck with the election.
But people are like, they're going to know if you're the guy that said, hey, open shit up, they're going to remember that, right? Like, how does it, like, how, even the dumbest motherfucker will know.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really being obvious. Like, it's really, it seems like the Democrats want to keep it shut down because they're for bigger government and government handouts, and seems like more Republicans and conservatives are like, let's start earning money again.
Yeah, well, I don't think they can afford to give the amount of handouts they got to give out. I mean, it's not going to.
Yeah, how much longer can it go on?
By the way, probably can afford it, but it's, I'm sure money's going to some ridiculous fucking thing that one thing you can count on. They probably can't afford all. They probably can't afford a nice college education and all that shit for everybody.
Yeah.
If you really looked into it, but I would say that you're going to see like a month or two longer in all these other states.
It'll be interesting to start working other states before like New York and LA, before like the regular spots are open again.
Probably safer.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like, I'm sure New York's like a dangerous place for COVID.
It seems that way, but like, the numbers are all so fudged, and the death numbers are all.
But just getting on a subway with somebody, that seems to me like a good shot at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried. I'm not like I don't know. I'm not like a super old, super unhealthy, like.
Well, I think it'll just be like China. Then China's every place is like packed, like New York.
Yeah.
And they all just have masks on, and they were doing that for years. When SARS first came out, I remember that was the beginning. Like, oh, we just wear medical masks to go out now. And in my hotel room, there was like a chemical suit.
Wow.
Like a thing to put on in case the air is just bad. It was like, I was like, oh, this is the future. So I remember coming back like, oh, that's like the future. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's just going to be like that. You see people with like, now the future shit starts,
That's true. The germaphobes are they're going to stay on with the masks. Like well beyond. Yeah.
It's just a high population and some kind of new virus mutation.
Yeah.
And I saw so many people with medical masks in China just walking around, and like, even if it wasn't for virus, the air was like so crazy. It's like you start to notice effects on your body if you're there. That's what everybody tells me there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Your penis gets smaller. Yeah.
It's and I think they would do something about it. They would take some action if it was like penis shrinking. If there's a penis shrinking pollution, that will be.
They would do it.
Trust me, people are there will be a Paris Accord of that.
Tell me about the new show you're doing, the new project you're doing with Kyle.
No, it doesn't have a title, but we're trying to start his show. I'm trying to do a Patreon with it, but so many goddamn computer problems, man. We gotta wait for the fucking delivery. It's gonna be a podcast with that in some way. But it's just gotta get like a nice amount banked. We're hoping June 1st. So
cool.
Because it's pretty tough to figure out what stuff to put up for Instagram, because his Instagram is very popular, right? And the short stuff, 1 minute things work best on there, and a lot of times they're topical. So it's not like you can bank them. So you got to sort through like, what are the things we can bank and like, what are things to put up right now? Yeah. That's kind of like the trick.
Yeah.
The trick of it.
Are you doing anything back at the studio, like back at the studio where you're doing your podcast?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard. I don't know if they're alive or dead. I hope. No, I talked to the one guy. What am I going to do at the studio? Nothing. I have a nicer camera I got to set up today. For this
What kind of camera did you get?
I know Kyle sent it to me.
All right. When you figure out which one it is, I'm looking to get one too.
Well, I haven't tried it and see how it works yet. But he claimed it's just an HD camera. He says, "Fuck, did I put it? Oh yeah, it's here. Wait, I'll tell you. I'll totally tell you what it is. It says Logi. I don't know. Logi looks like this.
Okay.
Logi. Yeah, and then I gotta wait for. I have a green screen coming. It's hard to get green. Hey, it's hard to get green screens out there.
Is it really hard? Can't you just get a piece of
on Amazon?
paper?
Good luck.
Good
luck. Everybody's starting their home studio projects. Everybody's gonna YouTube their way out of this fucking pandemic.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
It's like open mics. It's like everything has open mics now.
Yeah,
that's what it did.
It's like YouTube's being flooded, podcasts are being flooded, OnlyFans, everyone's starting at OnlyFans. I get requests every day to start at OnlyFans, and I go back and forth on it. I don't know.
What's OnlyFans?
It's like for porn girls and cam girls. You can like talk to fans and like have basically like dirtier photos and videos than are allowed on Instagram.
Wait, so what are you doing on that? Comedy? I don't understand.
No, I mean people want me to join to like put nude photos of myself on there.
Oh wow, has it come to that? This economy? I'm sorry. It's come to. You gotta put.
The people want it. Yeah.
So it's like Cameo. I just do Cameo, and I'll say a happy birthday to your brother or something.
Yeah, I'm on Cameo. I lost one for waiting too long.
Another $50 on Cameo. I'll take my dick out, guy. I'll send a message.
I like Cameo. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I don't know how to. I've never believed in combining comedy and porn. It feels like it's never worked. Like I hate when I watch. I mean, now who watches a full movie? But when I was young and I would see porn movies, I would be like, dude, stop joking around. It's really off-putting. Ron Jeremy was like that. You tell him. He wants to eat cake and fuck and do Borscht Belt comedy. It's just like I'm not looking to hold my dick and have a laugh. Like those are two fucking different things.
Two different parts of your brain, I think.
Yeah. What do you like? Yeah, I'm not into it. But I
think when I'm trying to be sexy, it's like I'm usually quieter. I think the more I talk, the less sexy I seem.
Sometimes I feel like that. No, yeah, I don't know. I think it's I wouldn't. Well, how many people do you think have their personal shit just out there that someone hacked or took? Like, probably a lot. I have like phones and phones of stuff from like. I wonder what happens to those old, very intimate videos. But like, I like. There's probably just a bunch of them all over the place.
What do you think, Kurt, of I'm thinking back to, I remember when Amy Schumer had to address a joke that you made publicly about like Me Too that got some hate.
There was no Me Too.
No?
She didn't address a joke I made. I was arguing with some fucking dipshit online. And I mean, it's such a long thing, but she didn't really address any of the things I said. She just was like, I don't approve. But I was like, say whatever. I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
But now I don't know what her thing is. I think she like graduated out of comedy.
Yeah, I haven't seen her do anything in a while. Have you seen any of those like joke theft compilation videos on YouTube where they put together like, here are all these instances where,
of her?
Where like Amy Schumer or her show, like, yeah, there are all these clips from Inside Amy.
I would say, the ones I remember seeing at the time, they started out being a political thing because it was like the start of like, I want to ruin you for your politics. But there was also much like YouTube people. Now I probably watch just YouTube. And then if there's a show on a streaming service that I have, I'll watch it. Right. But I don't have cable, any of that shit. But I was not watching YouTube, and nobody I knew was in my age group like that. And so, there's one guy who's a magician that said like some shit where like Kyle was a magician and he pulled like a scarf out of her pussy, which like, that's the first fucking thing you're going to go. I was always like, I don't think this is, or the one about, I'll tell you the ones I remember off the top of my head. The one about not want to say the girl's black at the
Yeah. That helped you
I
out
lobbied so hard against that sketch being made because I just didn't get it. I just
okay.
like, why would you not just say who it was and it like annoyed me, the premise of it, but these are all upper class white broads. So, that's the thing they go through every day. And I asked my girlfriend at the time, like, hey, do you want it? She goes, oh yeah, that's like, cause you want to seem like, she goes, I always say that beautiful black girl over there so I can get around feeling racist for saying her color.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to do it.
But that's the thing that would never fucking occur to me. And it's a thing that apparently occurs to all white chicks immediately when you bring it up to them.
Like, why do you have to be sheepish about describing what somebody looks like?
Yeah. So I'm sure Key and Peele, who, by the way, had no idea when Mad TV, I didn't watch fucking Mad TV, what am I, from LA? And then they had a thing like that, which I doubt that was stolen. I think it's just a mediocre fucking idea. But here's the thing that I always said Amy this is what I told Amy before that thing happened, because she had a joke that Wendy Liebman's joke, okay? Which I'm sure she wasn't stealing Wendy Liebman's joke, but once you know that somebody has an established joke on TV like that, just drop yours. Like Attell will drop his, that's the rule that you really would want to go with, is like, I'll just drop mine if I have to.
Yeah. Like they just same brain, which is very common. But like if someone,
I told her straight up, I go, and I've been in the thing before, like I'm talking to Louis about a joke, like a couple where and they were like the same. He's like, well, I don't think he took it from me, but I've done it on TV. So someone might go, hey, but I don't care if you do it, but that's just what'll probably go on. Like, so it's like an easy thing to like hash out. I think she was doing too many different things, and she was like, oh, I can't afford to lose this one. Like, I thought of it fair and square. Why should I drop it just because it was done by Wendy Liebman?
Wow.
A woman trailblazer of comedy.
Do you think she may have thought like, well, I'm a little bit bigger than her right now. I have a bigger following, maybe no one will notice, or maybe like, I don't.
Yeah, probably. I think it was just it's like hubris. I just had to call it hubris at the time. But anyway.
Yeah, I did think of it too. So I get it.
Once that happens, now you've opened yourself up to every kind of thing, because you'll do that much and people aren't going to know. Now, like, I know what I think of like what's stolen, what's not stolen, but that was, by the way, here's, every time I ever give an opinion on it, it always boils down to like, I either defend it or like, oh, you defend it. Like, I have like a very nuanced thing to it. Okay. Not that I care. The other thing is like, these people, they don't give a shit that she stole any fucking jokes. They don't. She said a bunch of like Hillary in a contentious political year.
Really?
Yeah, it was all that gun shit because somebody got shot.
Yes, yeah, that's right. She was all of a sudden really anti-guns.
So, and part of it is, people that got shot are be like, will you say something, Amy? And you're like, oh, okay. Like, I'm sure that's a thing.
Oh, for sure. When people were shitting on me for my Kung Fu fighting parody video, I saw tons of people.
Why were they shitting on you?
Because I don't know. They thought I was anti-racist because I said Kung Flu fighting.
Oh, racist, you mean, not anti-racist?
Right. They thought I was racist. That the whole.
I heard the term Kung Flu from a black guy.
Yeah. I didn't invent the term, nor did I write the song.
Well, it took a little while for them to decide what their position was.
But I saw so many people reaching out to Chrissy Teigen to do something. I was like, what the hell is Chrissy Teigen gonna do? Like these bids for like, oh, celebrities like help us, save us,
Yeah, well, they want to appeal to your employer.
Yeah.
But hey, hold on, sorry, I got Kyle try to call me. Hold on, let me tell him. Okay. I mean, the Asian lobby, the ABC lobby is probably a stronger one than the fucking Armenian lobby, I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of Asians came after me for a good
If I had a thing of
month.
Asians, I'd be like, yo, no. First of all, you ABC shit. Like, shut the fuck up. You ain't Asian, motherfucker. You're just American. The Asians don't like you? I already been there, and they all told me how they feel about you. So shut the fuck up. They laugh at you. In fact, anything from China talking about racism, that's fake. That's automatically their government. Chinese people are racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, but they know that that's I can't remember the word, Baiyong or something. They have a word for white leftists in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bailong. It's some funny word where they like being woke to them. They're like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, and we're communists and we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And so they have zero respect for that. All the movies are like, why is Matt Damon in this movie about the Wall of China? And like, because Chinese audiences wanted it.
Because they love Hollywood. Yeah.
So people that hear, they know about as much about China as fucking I do. Like being born, they're just American, and it's like, stop. You're not black, okay? You've been black since the 1800s. You've been white for quite some time, and your kids like got into hip hop, and now they're pretending. You don't get to go to Harvard and talk about your fucking oppression, fuckface. So. And that's a quote from the chairman from Ding Xiaoping of China, the president of China. So they laugh at that shit. They're like, oh, remember, here's a great one. Remember in Doctor Strange? That came out and everyone was mad at Tilda Swinton for being the old one.
Right. The wise one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's supposed to be a guy, like a Tibetan monk, and you're a white woman.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. American liberal types, it's not about you. This is what they all think, these people trying to cancel. It doesn't matter how you feel. How does China feel? That's what these companies care about.
Yeah, that's why they picked her. Yeah.
She's not a Tibetan. They don't want anything legitimizing Tibet. So that's why they made it a white woman to appease China, because to them, that's offensive. So people even thinking they have that pull, it's like, this shit's been over your head
for so long.
If you happen to coincide with what they think China wants, then that's what but it's never been all the taste and all the shit now, especially people think like they invented a diverse cast and a thing, or like, comedy had no, I always feel like, oh, finally a woman has done comedy. And like, it's been going on for years. Like, why are you making it a thing? Like, we're all
Lucille Ball. Hello. I mean, just like, there's so many examples.
No, there's a thing, but they push that thing. And, or my favorite is, like Elvis or some like appropriation of like, that's how music it works. It gets appropriated and made into something new. The idea that audiences were racist, like audiences aren't really. It's really, here's a good example. Bruce Lee should have been in Kung Fu. I remember hearing about this as a kid, and my friends like, yeah, they could have Bruce Lee, but they got David Carradine. And I'm like, why would they do that? Nobody was like, oh, of course he's a Chinese man. I don't want to see that. Nobody said that. So it's not a matter of our audience is racist. Like what it boils down to, does a Jew feel comfortable investing in how not racist you are?
Yeah.
That's what boils the whole system down. And
that's amazing. Yeah.
If you look at history, like, you can't blame a bunch of Jews with money for not wanting to bet on the Gentiles not being racist. But that's what it's based on. It's not based on what the actual people think. And all this stuff's always directed at an elite's idea of who you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's always insulting. It's always, and if I was a woman, I would be like, I couldn't watch TV. I'd just be like, what the fuck is this?
Just end up buying a lot of stuff, Do you think, Kurt, like going back to like the same brain, like for comics, right? Like similar-ish jokes. You know how in music, like if a song is too close to another song, the rights get split. For example, like Vanilla Ice taking from Queen.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Like Vanilla Ice sort of borrowed from Queen. Do you think could this work for comedy bits that were published? Like, oh, like these bits are similar. They're both on TV.
The simplest system is like, I'll just lose. Somebody goes, hey, I do that joke. I'll just lose mine. It's fine. Like,
it doesn't need to be, made that big a deal of.
Yeah. Like, I don't have any. Just write new jokes. It's not that fucking. It could be done now, but sometimes somebody will take some shit I mean, it has happened to people, somebody outright. In fact, Chappelle had a story. Who was it? Teddy, what's his name? He should always do like the crowd work where someone puts their arms under his arms like he has 4
Oh,
arms.
yeah.
Teddy something, but he goes, "Hey man, why don't you tell me a joke?" And like Chappelle's like, "Oh, no, I need my joke." This is like young Chappelle, and then it's like, "Well, how about I just take that shit?" And just like told him he's just taking his shit. And years later, Chappelle kept him off a pilot because as he got big, because he's gonna write new jokes. Like that guy did that to Chappelle, and people remember that shit.
Wow.
There's not, as far as that goes, I gotta say I've never heard a joke. And maybe I'm not remembering right, but I've almost never heard a joke being argued over that was worth keeping.
That was worth, yeah. Well,
like that was like generally my first reaction is like, oh, I wasn't as unique as I thought I was.
Yeah.
But you can't put it out of your head that people take stuff and like, I don't know, I've seen I heard other stuff Amy did that's like, I don't approve by a lot, and it's not like stealing it, but it's like fucked up, without I go, I don't know, maybe you're capable of being like this to somebody, you think you can do that too.
Like
but
what?
That kid with the Caroline's thing, I was fucked up.
Oh, Brendan Sagalow. Yeah, when she like came in, was like, I'd like to just jump on your show.
Yeah, by all means do it, but it's just so bullyish. Like, why are you bullying some new? And honestly, I'll bet you it's he's a man.
Oh yeah, he's a man. He gets more stage time, but it's like, you're Amy Schumer. You're taking advantage.
Everybody loved it. Listen, when Amy came in, everybody loved it. She at the cellar, she fit in. She got all her respect.
Oh yeah, she's well loved.
Yeah. So that's like, I don't know, man. I think she's an actress and not a comic at heart. I think she's an actress at heart. So she's a good actress. So I should portray a comic like when I knew it.
Do you feel like she changed? Like I remember when she kind of first started out, like Last Comic Standing, when she was dating Jeselnik, like her style was.
No, I don't think so.
No.
You can't get to be famous unless you're like of people I know like personally that I saw them like really kind of blow up. I'd say like her and Kevin Hart are like the biggest from, and Kevin's always been the same dude. Like he's been the same dude the entire time. I've never seen him, maybe a younger version of who he is, but he's never been different than how he is. That's what people liked about him. They could like that's why Patrice liked him. He's like, that guy's just raw. He was like a raw, just like he had it. He had that, if you get a certain amount of flattery, which is what money and all that stuff is, it's very hard to not have it go to your head. I think it's very hard.
Do you think? Yeah. Well, what do you think made her?
People that I like genuinely that are like my friend. Like I watch it go to their head all the fucking time, and they're not bad in any way. It's just a complete distortion of reality. It's amazing. Like it's amazing.
I can't imagine that happening to me because my self-esteem is just like default kind of low that I don't know. Even if I got more successful and famous, I'd still be like, ugh.
No, a lot of people self-sabotage and do like, I wish I was more like start your own business minded, but I never thought like that. I just worked for stuff like purely like I could just do one thing, so it never occurred to me like you go off on your own. That's what's good is like you don't really have to give a shit about these people anymore.
Yeah.
You could just make your own thing.
Yeah. Do you still talk to Amy?
I talked to a while ago, like maybe like I was on tour at Lewis, the beginning of the tour at Lewis. I talked to her briefly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I wonder if she's gonna come back or what her plans are, but I don't know, maybe she's good.
She has some fucking documentary about doing comedy while pregnant I saw on a thing for HBO
Oh, really?
Max. Yeah.
Giving Ali Wong a run for her. She's going into the pregnant comedy.
Hey guys, did you know you can do comedy when you're not pregnant? You don't have to be pregnant to do a special. You can if you want. I always said I wanted Ali Wong to do one where she's like pregnant again and like pregnant again, and then at the end just smash her belly and ping pong balls shoot out of her fucking.
Oh God, it's just a balloon.
Just poof her like.
With fake blood. Oh God.
Yeah, 2016 was a big year for fucking, it's like where the women became a fad. I mean, that's got to be like women are a fad now.
It was very
like
trendy. It was very trendy to be a woman a few years ago. Yeah.
I'm into trans women now. You guys are old.
Oh yeah. Trans women are the new thing now.
Yeah. Well, that's why I can't believe it wasn't always like, because you would think if you have tits and a dick, that's like all the advantages in life.
You have all the parts. Yeah.
But no, it's just too much. It's like a little too much to some people.
It's like, I could see a woman president, but I would hope that she has a dick. You know what I mean? Like, cause like, it's the extra like bit of confidence that comes with having it.
Oh my God, I hope a trans woman is president before a real woman. And then
Michelle Obama. Boom. She could be the first one.
A bunch of women have to pretend to be happy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to watch. All the women like not know. It's like, wow, a man cheated you again.
Yeah, just leapfrogged over you. Yep.
Yeah, that's the self-hatred. That is like the thing that, by the way, will not be fixed. The self-hatred of females is never going to be
but I think if that happened, they'd be clapping all the way like, oh, this is great. You know,
you just got to buy stuff that it's important that you do hate yourself and you need to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Because then we could fix you. So that's why it has to be this way. But when I think of the fast one, what if like it reminds me of like Clark Kent and Superman, like Lois Lane would have that like, I don't like men, and the guy puts a wig on, you're like, oh, you're brave. Like the disconnect.
Yeah. Just like a regular woman, but better because you have a dick.
I openly say that. I'm openly advocating that. You know who said it to me? A woman with a dick.
Because that makes you more diverse, you know?
It is. That's pretty diverse. What is more diverse than that, than tits and a dick?
That's the range. You're the perfect person. Yeah.
Yes.
You have
the brackets of humanity right now.
Yeah. It's great. It's like you can hang up your own shelves. Boys. We have fun.
Oh yeah, why is it? What time is it?
It's wrap up time. Kurt, where can people find you? Where would you like people to go to support you and see your work?
Listen to my podcast, Can't Get Right, on Gas Digital Network and then iTunes. It first goes up on Gas Digital, but then everybody else can just get it on after. And then go to Kyle Dunnigan's Instagram, and we'll have word up of when the show. I think June 1st we're gonna have our.
Kyle is so damn funny. Every time, all his impressions are hysterical. But
yeah, Kyle's great.
Especially Caitlyn Jenner, I died. Like when I was when we were in LA and hanging out and eating, like the burgers or whatever. And I don't know, just every time.
Oh, that's right. We went after fucking. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, he's pretty effortless with it. I'm a big fan of it. So now my favorite right now is Stallone. Mm-hmm. It's like, who would have thought that a Stallone impression I would get into? It seems so generic, but his Schwarzenegger, I think, is also my favorite, which is such a played out impression.
Yeah.
It's just a certain way he does them that I don't know why, but they're my favorite.
He's so silly. It's great. Kurt, thank you so much for coming on the pod. It was great to talk to you. Hopefully
thank you
soon. It's going to be great.
See.
We're going to be
Once
fine.
They build a wall around New York and you'll be stuck in there.
Right. And then I'll just have to, get into the drug tunnels and get out that way.
Yeah. You'll have to connect with the underground if you want to leave.
The deep
state. Thank you very much.
Love you, Kurt. Bye.
I love you too. Bye.